The Tren twins will never be shredded, since they're getting called out for having the worst routine ever, which makes it seem like they don't want to take bodybuilding seriously.
They're not going to compete in 12 weeks. They're not going to get up on that stage. And you're thinking, Coach Greg, you're a hater. No, I'm not. I read people very well.
They're training for a show coming up in 3 months, but their diet says otherwise, because these guys are eating worse than Sam Sulek, which is pretty hard to do.
Chocolate chip, coconut, white macadamia, and just as lettuce. And yeah, I think that one's gonna make me cream myself.
Maybe they're just starved, but that makes this whole thing worse than you can imagine, since the Tren twins were in the off season, which means they weren't even dieting. So why on earth were they acting like they hadn't had food in ages?
I'm telling you right now, it's a living nightmare. Perhaps they're biting off more than they can chew, and I hope, for goodness sakes, they're not gonna eat all of this
The worst part is that they might not have the discipline when it comes to prepping for a bodybuilding show, because if they're starving now, they're going to find it impossible to go through with the prep for the show.
How are they going to follow a 12-week diet when they're already so hungry that they can put away this much food with ease?
It gets even crazier, since even though they train like crazy and normally have good, well-rounded meals during training, they kinda ruin it all with cheat days like these.
I'm seeing they're eating 500 calories at certain meals. They're eating very healthy, but then they ruin it by eating all this in a single sitting.
And the funniest thing is that they responded to Coach Greg's video. Wow, can't enjoy donuts and cookies without Greg Douchette making a video on it? Maybe they're tired of Coach Greg constantly milking them for views. However, this isn't the first time they've beefed, since a lot of people don't know that Coach Greg used to train them. But the twins called him out for being a bad coach.
Was a plan prescribed by someone?
It wasn't even a plan, bro. It wasn't a plan. It was pick 3 meals out of this cookbook.
So clearly there's some bad blood there. Although Coach Greg isn't wrong for calling them out, since the Tren twins are taking things way too far with the way they're pumping themselves with steroids and peds.
Yeah, I get it. We're the Tren twins. We got to do crazy things. But remember, it comes down to your health. Is it worth it?
Not to mention the fact that Chris from the Tren twins just got hospitalized.
This is an anabolic ending. Imagine that. Killed by caffeine.
And it didn't surprise anyone, since it was just a disaster waiting to happen, given the fact that Chris has been pretty open about his addiction to caffeine.
I'm addicted to caffeine. Like, I don't know what it is.
What's even crazier is that the Tren is actually making them do weird things, since they're always raging in their videos, and it's getting concerning.
If you're gonna take steroids, you better have some insane patience, because me and Mikey do not. We just rage.
I have zero patience.
So are the Tren twins going to be able to compete after Chris's hospitalization, or is it time for them to sit and seriously think about their health?